My name is Alastair Yeager, and my family and I moved to the little town of Belmont on my 6th birthday. In my family were my parents Yuka and Olivia, my older brother Simon, and then soon to come would be my younger sister. Neither of my parents had decided on a name for her yet, but whatever they chose, I knew I'd love her all the same, because I loved all my family members. Being born the youngest son of a family of vampire slayers meant that Piapo spent all his time with Simon, training him to follow in his footsteps. And since Miyama was pregnant with my sister, she spent all her time preparing for her arrival into the wild. In other words, nobody in my family had any time for me. And today was my birthday, for crying out loud. Needless to say, I felt terribly lonely, only being a 6-year-old kid, all alone in a new town. My best bet was to try to make some friends at my new school. But unfortunately, the earliest I could go do that would be tomorrow. It was pretty late by the time we moved in anyways, so I thought of going to bed. However, right as I was about to go do that, I heard another kid's voice cry out.
Meow.
That's when I saw him. A young kun who looked to be my age was sitting all alone atop a rock pile not too far away from my new house, crying. The weirdest part about this whole situation was that he had wings. The only people I knew to have wings were angels, so I couldn't help but stare. And that's when I realized just how sad and lonely he was. He looked like he could really use a friend, just like me. My Miyama always told me,
try to make friends with everybody, but try especially hard to make friends with the gloomy people of this world. Because something as simple as helping somebody smile once in a while can really change the world.
Hey, you look kinda sad all by yourself up here. So, I climbed up to see if you're okay. I'm not okay. I miss my Miyama. I'm sorry about that. So, how come you have wings? Are you an angel?
No, my wings are my innocence. Where's your innocence?
Oh, I know what that is. It's just another word for virginity, right? Lucky, my innocence is my tail, see?
Oh, I see. You're human, aren't you?
Well, of course I'm human. I know that can't compare to such a pretty angel like you, but I'd still like to be friends with you anyways, if that's okay with you. I heard if you like an angel tear, you get a free wish. And today's my birthday, too. So, does that mean I get 2 wishes? Oh, sorry. I almost forgot. My name's Alastair Yeager. What's your name?
My name is Pascal Raven.
Now that we're officially friends, let's go play.
Hey, Alastair?
Yeah, Pascal?
Happy birthday, friend.
Alastair! Stay away from my son, you disgusting beast!
Allow me to handle this one, Piopo.
Pascal!
Simon, finish him!
Yes, Piopo.
Simon, that's enough! He's only a child!
Mioma?
Miyama?
Damn it, Olivia, you let him get away!
Good. I'm glad he got away. Because unlike you, I refuse to allow our son to murder an innocent little child!
That was no mere child. That was a vampire!
A what?
Alistair, kissing members of the same sex is not only wrong, but disgraceful. And forming any sort of relationship with a vampire is disgusting. No son of mine will have anything to do with such filth, other than to slay the wretched beasts. Do you understand me?
Yes, Piopo.
I never want to hear you utter that putrid name ever again for as long as I live.
It's already been 10 years since that night. My parents ended up bickering so much with each other that they were actually getting ready for a divorce. So in the meantime, they split up, and neither of them was stable enough to take care of me or Simon. So he had to take on as many jobs as he could just to afford to raise me. Amiyama visited us as often as she could, but after a while she just stopped coming. It wasn't until later when we heard Amiyama had suddenly died. Piapo didn't attend her funeral since he decided to leave town just a few days before. Even still, it wasn't all bad over the years. After going to my new school from the very first week, I'd already made 5 friends, and to this day, we've stayed the best of friends. Also, Simon found himself a super cute Leteruka shortly after becoming the greatest vampire slayer in all of Belmont. My greatest dream. On second thought. What the
Fun times! Are ahead of you, Ale-kun. I have everything planned out for your Sweet 16.
Simon, we talked about this. It's not a Sweet 16. My name's not Ali-kun, and for the love of God, stop acting like a freaking letterer all the time. It's embarrassing.
Sorry, Ale-kun. I just really wanted everything to be absolutely perfect for your big day. I decorated the house with your favourite colours, I cooked all your favourite meals, and I even invited all your favourite friends to come over tonight and celebrate with you.
You did what?
Hi!
Ah!
Happy birthday, Al!
Thanks, CL. Thanks to Jake, Karinka, Pitt, and Petra for the trouble of coming all the way to my house to celebrate my birthday with me tonight.
Ain't no trouble at all, partner. But jeez, don't sound too excited we showed up either.
Sorry, Jake, but I don't think birthdays are such a big deal. Especially my...
Alastair, you forgot to thank Chishio for attending your birthday party.
Oh, sorry about that, Petra. Thank you for coming, Chishio. Chishio? Ah!
Sorry, Alastair, but you know how he is. He means well. It's just his way of showing affection.
So, Alastair, when are y'all gonna ditch that tail of yours? Surely for y'all reach 20 years old, right?
When I'm good and ready, got it? I don't need to rush into anything stupid.
Seal and I lost ours already.
Not together.
Even the dog has gotten it on already for crying out loud.
Well, if Jock and Ciel want to have the libido of a dog, then that's their problem. Alastair isn't interested in being so hasty to ruin his life like that. There's more to life than that, and I have to say that I'm really shocked that you two would have premarital sex, especially at such young ages. For shame.
Petra?
Hey, don't go lumping me with Jack just because I lost my innocence. You're acting like that gives you the right to treat me like some common whore or something.
Well, you certainly dress like one.
C-chan, Pet-chan, stop! You two are supposed to be friends, remember? We can't start to turn on one another and go at each other's throats. We letteras need to stick together in this crazy world. So how about you both apologize to each other when we move past this ugly incident as if it never happened, huh? Does that sound like a good idea? Please?
Karinka's right, guys. Stop it.
No, let him fight. Don't y'all want to see torn off clothes in a Latera x Latera tussle?
No, Jack! Petra's my sestra!
Who needs to see beautiful bouncy breasts when I got to feel them for myself?
At least make him hug it out.
Jack's right, guys. This is stupid. Let's get over it and move on already.
Petra, I'm sorry for yelling at you.
No, I'm sorry. I should have never said all those mean things to you, Ciel.
Friends?
Friends?
Yay, so cute!
Sorry to interrupt such a tender moment between friends, but I wanted to let you all know that supper is served. And for dessert, Sybil baked you a cake.
Happy birthday, Alastair!
Thank you very much, Sybil. Sybil is Simon's Leteruka, and she's super cute. She's actually closer to my age than she is to Simon's age, so I've always had the biggest crush on her ever since the night Simon first brought her to my house. But even so, she still treats me as if I were a son rather than a potential Saruka. Oh well.
You're welcome, sweetie.
So, Sybil, I always sort of wanted this, but if you and Simon are an item, then how come he still has his tail and you don't? I mean, I heard there's an age gap, so does that mean you're the older one?
Oh, no, Simon's older than me by 6 years. I just happened to lose my tail 2 years ago. So it was right before he and I even met.
What a scamp!
Ah! Skinny Latera you are, Sybil. Who's hungry? I know I am.
My 16th birthday party turned out to be a blast after all. All my friends came over to celebrate with me, my crush baked me a tasty cake, and I got gifts from everybody. I had everything I could have ever asked for all in one special night. It was practically perfect. There was only one thing missing. Wow, a sword!
Happy birthday, Ale-kun.
My destiny.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
All of my friends ended up spending the night at my house after my 16th birthday party had finally finished. So, I waited until after everybody fell asleep before I snuck out of the house to fulfill my destiny. I wanted to outshine Simon and make Piapo proud of me by going out and slaying my very first vampire. with no prior training. A young letterer about my age was reported missing yesterday, and even though Simon usually handled this kind of stuff, he was too busy preparing for my party to save her. My opportunity to prove that I'm better at vampire slaying than Simon finally arrived. I'd been eagerly awaiting this night for 10 whole years now. My destiny. Ever since the night I first moved here to Belmont and met my very first vampire. I was so young and stupid back then to think that I actually wanted to be his friend of all things. Then he kissed me. Oh, if only the first vampire I got to slay would be the same one who humiliated me in front of Piapo. Nothing would make a better birthday present for me than that. But that was 10 long years ago, and if I hadn't seen him again after all that time passed, then I doubt I ever would. The past is in the past, and there's no changing it, I guess. Lately, Latiras had been reported kidnapped by what could only be vampires. Simon successfully rescued most of them, but he could never find where the vampires held their unfortunate victims captive. Secretly, I'd been scouting all around Belmont for any clues to where their base was, and just the other day I finally found it. Right outside Belmont there was this little old tower, and I'd often hear the sounds of multiple Latiras screaming, crying, and moaning, so I knew I had the right place. As I walked up the stairs, the sounds just got louder, and once I understood what was being said, things started getting disturbing.
Come on, babe. You know you want to.
Stop it. Please. No more.
The more you resist, the more you turn me on.
Leave her alone!
Ah! My arm!
It'll get a lot worse if you don't get out of here right now, you disgusting vampire!
Alastair?
All right.
Everything's gonna be okay, Letty. I'm right here with you.
I'm afraid I have no money to pay you for your valiant deed, Knightsa.
You can pay me by continuing to stay pretty, Letty.
You think I'm pretty?
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of dark in here, so I honestly can't really see you too well. But I know that you're a Latira, and I think all Latiras are pretty, so you must be too. Oh, and I'm not actually a knight. I'm a vampire slayer.
Oh my, that truly is special. Tell you what, why don't I pay you by relieving you of your innocence?
But aren't you, sore? After what that vampire did to you? I mean, I'm honored. I just don't want to cause you any discomfort.
Oh yeah, sure. Just not in my... But... Tonight, I'm all yours. Do with me what you wish.
Oh, my... The greatest gift I got for my 16th birthday was without a doubt finally getting to experience what it truly feels like to be a Saura. The sounds, the smells, the taste. Absolutely everything. By the time I woke up the next day, I was left all alone in a strange bed inside the highest bedroom of a tower I only vaguely remembered venturing out into the first place. And on top of all that, my fiery lady from the very first night of genuine passion was gone. She was sure not to just up and ditch me without at least leaving me a note, however. Looking back on it, I really wish that she had. Good morning.
Thanks for coming to my rescue yesterday, Lover-kun. I only hope that my form of payment was as good for you as it was for me. Good to know that there are actual open homosexual heroes out there. I really had no clue. Sincerely, your damsel in distress, Pascal. P.S. For your information, I happen to be a vampire and a Sara. Homo.
Ugh! I don't know how I could let myself be tricked so easily, but it just hurt so bad that I almost didn't realize something very familiar about this whole situation. Getting humiliated by a vampire after just trying to be nice. A Saura named Pascal. Before I had the chance to take a little trip back to memory lane and really try to remember a certain vampire who humiliated me not just once, but twice now, I almost completely forgot about something very important. Oh my gods, I'm gonna be late for school!
Fiddlesworth?
Here!
Git?
Here!
Hater?
Here!
Ingram?
Here!
Jaeger? 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 Oh, has anybody seen Alastair this morning by any chance? It's not like him to miss class.
I haven't seen him since.
Wait, I'm here! I'm here! Oh, I'm here. Whew. I'm here, Andrew. I'm sorry.
It's Enzo Maindla here at school, Alastair.
Sorry.
Alastair, your tail is gone!
Now's neither the time nor place for such sudden outbursts, Petra. Now, please remain seated until class is over. Thank you. Now then, let's continue with roll call, class.
Al?
After school?
Look who just joined the adult club.
Give it a rest, Jack.
I can't believe you would do this to me, after how much I expressed my distaste for this sort of thing yesterday. I must admit I'm hurt because I thought you were better than that, Alastair.
Yeah? Well, turns out I just ain't. I'm a freaking human and I screw up from time to time. Got it, Petra?
Yo.
Oh, hello? Who are... No!
Back off, vampire!
Oh, so it turns out you do remember me after all, eh? Well, if not then, certainly now.
Just who is this mysterious vampire, Al?
Vampire?
Is this a Lateria you give your tail away to? Who cares if she's a vampire? I bet she's pretty under that cloak.
Jakun!
My, what a curious litter of kittens your friends are. Go on then, Alastair, tell them. What's my name?
The name of this vampire is Pascal, and he stole my tail.
That's a he? Petra, wait!
Are you really just going to stand there and let my sister cry her eyes out, Alastair?
Fine, I'll go after her. Jack, Karinka, come with me.
Let's go, Karinka.
I'm only going to say this once, pretty coon. Leave Alastair alone!
You think I'm pretty?
What?
I don't think you're Sio's type.
Nobody asked you.
Hey, be nice to Pitt.
My apologies, Sestra.
Wait a minute. You already know that Sio's a vampire?
Yeah, and based on how the pair of you both reacted, I'm guessing Alastair doesn't know. Now does he?
Please don't say anything. I'm the only one who knows Sio's secret. If Alastair were to find out, he...
It doesn't matter whether you decide to tell him or not. Al's my best friend in the whole world, so he will never believe a single word that comes out of your mouth. Do you want to know why? It's because he doesn't and never will like you!
Is that so? In that case, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Isn't that right?
Hey, we're back and Petra refuses to speak a word to me. I'm surprised she agreed to come back at all. You can't say I didn't try.
Y'all sure you're alright, Petra?
For the last time, I said I'm fine, Jack. Leave me be.
Aww! There's just nothing quite like hugging a super cute doggy when you're feeling down in the dumps. Eh, Petchan? I sure know that cheer me up any day.
Back to business. Just what are we gonna do about you, vampire?
I thought you'd never ask. I would very much like it for you and I to form a contract together.
When I got home, I stayed up all night thinking about what Pascal said earlier that day. Form a contract. Just what did he mean by those words exactly? It had been 10 whole years since the last time I saw Pascal. So for him to just suddenly show up back into my life seemingly out of nowhere still left me in shock. I mean, I know technically it was me who found him, but that was by mistake. I never would have gone through with what I did if I knew it was him.
Oh, good. You're still awake.
How'd you get into my room?
Through your window. Don't tell.
Why shouldn't I?
Because then your big bracha would storm in here to rescue you by kicking me out, or worse. And let's not kid ourselves here. It's not like you really want me to go, now do you?
Well, I do have some questions.
By all means, ask away.
What's this contract?
This contract of which you speak is to be formed between vampires and humans in order to engage them into the magical tournament called Champion Hearts. Once the contract has been formed, the vampire, also known as the champion, and the human, also known as the heart, are then bound to each other by an elemental mark that is then bestowed onto their bodies, alerting the other teams that they have been accepted into Champion Hearts and are available to challenge. Champion Hearts teams from all around the world compete against each other to conquer and collect elemental megatama, powerful enough to take on the Overlord himself. Whenever a new Champion Hearts team first joins the tournament, they are both presented with 5 megatama of the team's element each, so 10 in total. The more megatama obtained, especially from all elements, the more powerful the Champion Hearts team, and therefore, that's the main goal when challenging the enemy teams. You're allowed to challenge any Champion Hearts team you come across, including that of the Overlords. And whichever team successfully defeats the Overlord in battle is fit to replace him, and thusly rule over Dark Sanctuary themselves, and gain the power to even change the very fate of the world.
You lost me.
And here I thought you were a hero, homosexual or otherwise.
I'm a vampire slayer. Why would I ever team up with the very thing I hate the most and intend to slay?
So you are gay then?
I ought to slay you right here, right now.
Why don't you?
'Cause I still got more questions.
Right.
You shouldn't be so quick to ask for death, you know. And just what's your deal? You keep calling me gay while all the while you've been the one sexually pursuing me ever since the night we first met 10 years ago.
Do you remember the second night we met, 10 years ago?
Second night?
I had left a note on your bedroom window, telling you to come meet me behind the big rock pile where we had first met, so that we could talk. I waited patiently for you all night, to hear your voice, but more than anything, to see your face again, the face of my very first friend. However, my young, naive self had no idea what would happen by meeting up with the son of a vampire slayer.
Alastair! Oh, I'm so happy you got my note!
I haven't seen you in a week. How's your eye?
It was too badly damaged. I was never going to be able to see out of it again, so I had it removed. Alastair, have you been worrying about me? I saw you cry for me when it happened. It wasn't your fault. Losing my eye hasn't changed how I feel about you.
Shut up! Your stupid voice and face is so annoying! I hate you! You humiliated me in front of my pupil, and I will never forgive you! I just want to let you know that this is the last time I ever talk to or see you again. We're not friends, and if you ever try to kiss me again, I'll slay you, vampire!
You broke my heart that night, shattered it into a million tiny pieces without a care in the world. Losing my eye at such a young age was probably one of the most painful experiences in my life. But nothing compares to how I felt when you screamed those horrible words at me. I felt broken. Ever since that dreadful night, I swore to make you pay for all the pain and suffering you put me through, or die trying. It's taken me 10 years to build up the courage to face you again. But now that I have, I'm not ever letting you go again.
Pascal,
Oh, shut up. It is 10 years too late for apologies. Now the pair of us are going to form a contract engaging us into Champion Hearts so that we can defeat the Overlord once and for all, so that you can become the greatest vampire slayer who ever lived, and so that I can free my people from over a decade of slavery and oppression. Do we have a deal?
I wasn't gonna apologize. I just wanted to let you know that I wiped all memories of you from my head years ago. 'cause they meant nothing to me.
No. I guess somebody who made love to me so passionately couldn't possibly remember hating my guts. In that case, you should have absolutely no problem forming a contract with me. That is, unless you're too scared.
How do you form the friggin' contract?
I am now your champion, and you are now my heart.
Pascal? Just like that, he was suddenly gone out of thin air. And for some weird reason, my right hand had this slight burning sensation going on. So when I looked down at it to see what was up, sure enough, it was glowing a ring around a mark that had appeared on my hand. A red heart above 2 red flames. Champion hearts, eh? Ah, jeez. The next day at school.
Rump roast?
Here.
Stone?
Here.
Stone.
Here.
Travers?
Here.
Walker?
Here?
Looks like we're all here today. How wonderful. You see, class, today I have a very special announcement.
Ditch class when your Mandela's got a sweet booty like that.
Jack, that happens to be my Mealma.
Not cool, Jake.
CL, Alastair, it's quite all right. Jack's a growing coon. He can't help it should his eyes happen upon a gorgeous Latira such as me.
Huh?
Right, Jack?
Yeah.
And you know what really turns me on?
Yeah?
You running down the halls and back 10 times in a row carrying these. Hit the road, Jack. And don't you dare spill a single drop of water from those buckets. Otherwise, you'll be the one to have to clean it up.
Tease.
Now that that's over, class, we have a new student joining us today. Would you like to introduce yourself? Please, don't be shy.
Hello, my name is Damien Nightheart, and it's a pleasure to meet all of you. I hope we can all become friends.
But he's just a kid. How was he in high school? And what's up with his tail? It's split at the end.
Cool it, Al. That's my cousin.
CL's right. Damien happens to be my Sobros. My older sestra's son, to be exact. But he's also a child prodigy, so I still expect all of you to treat him with the utmost respect regardless. Now, Damien, I believe there's an empty desk in the front row, right in between Vukasin and Stephanie.
After school.
Sia, we should probably invite your cousin to hang out with us. He doesn't seem to have made any friends on his first day.
Hey, Damien. Would you like to hang out with me and my friends?
We couldn't help but notice you all by yourself over here. So, are you a vampire like Ciel? You can tell me if you are. I've kept Ciel's secret all this time.
Sure. Oh, but I'm actually not a vampire. I'm a Dampier. Now you know my name, so what's yours?
Pit.
It's good to know that I'm not the only child prodigy at this school. Right, Pit?
I'm not a child. I'll have you know, Damien, that I happen to be 16 years old.
Oh, I'm so very sorry.
Let's go meet the others now. Damien, these are my friends. Jack, Alastair, Karinka, and Petra.
Don't forget Chishio.
Hi there, Chishio. Gosh, you're so cute.
Chishio?
Oh. Oh.
That's very naughty. Stop it. I'm so sorry. That's just sort of what he does to people he really likes. I'm honestly considering getting him fixed.
Yo.
Pascal, who were they?
Pardon me, but my little big brother told me that vampires burn up in the light of day. So why is it that you seem to be totally fine?
I'm protected by my unity with Alastair and Champion Hearts. Here's a symbol of our bond.
Please don't cry, sweet Latira. You know how stupid coons can be. I'd gladly become your champion if you were to become my heart.
What?
So you're gonna start explaining anytime soon?
I was just about to, yes. You see, Alastair and I united in Champion Hearts because we both want the same thing. He wants to become the greatest vampire slayer ever, and I want a very specific vampire dead. And there isn't a vampire slayer greater than he who slays the overlord of Dark Sanctuary. However, we still need all the help we can get. That's why I've organized a rebellion of vampires. But it's not enough. We need for all of you to join Champion Hearts as well, so that we can become powerful enough to achieve our shared aspirations.
Slay the Overlord of Dark Sanctuary? Are you insane?
What's Dark Sanctuary?
Dark Sanctuary is a fortress of vampires created, owned, and led by the Overlord. A vampire so powerful, he single-handedly slaughtered thousands of humans from several different provinces within a single year. And yet, at the same time, he's a vampire so mysterious that although he's well known among vampires and humans alike, nobody truly knows his real name, or even just what his face looks like. There's a rumor that those he had shown his face to are all dead now, and that can be expected to all else who get the opportunity. In other words, even thinking of challenging him is downright suicidal.
You seem to be very well informed for a human.
That's because I love anything and everything that has to do with vampires, so I love to research and learn all about them. For instance, how are you not burning right now? I see no Champion Hearts mark on you.
I refuse to submit to anybody or anything, including my own pain and suffering. But if you're so concerned, now you belong to me.
What'd you do to my little big brother?
Allow me to show you.
My chest, it burns.
You mean like this?
You're a Chan?
Correction, I'm a Latira, like you.
Call off your dogs, Pascal. You can't force my friends to fight the Overlord for you. I won't let you selfishly put their lives at jeopardy.
Look, I appreciate the act of heroism when it comes to your loved ones. Really, I do. But as strong as you think you are, I'm here to tell you right now, you're simply not strong enough. That being said, we're going to need all the help we can get taking on the Overlord. If that weren't the case, I wouldn't ask for their help or yours. I'd just take him down myself. But since we can't do this alone, your friends need to help us. And besides, don't think for a second that they let you go without them anyway. Your bonds with each of them are far too strong to be broken so easily, right?
Fine.
I guess I'll go next then. Get over here, Hoochie!
Oh my!
Looks good on you, Toots. It feels so good to finally ditch that gaudy cloak. Your turn, Xandra.
Doggy, I reckon I'm all that's left, meaning y'all are gonna pick me, right?
Turn around.
Where's my mark?
On your back!
Well, you definitely weren't my first choice, or even my second for that matter. As a matter of fact, I prayed desperately that I wouldn't be saddled with you, but seeing how Lucia and Finola picked the only Letiras before I had the chance to, then Pascal and Cyril also made the decisions already, so I had unfortunately run out of options. Oh well, beggars can't be choosers, I suppose.
You're hot.
And you're not.
Wait a minute, what about Ciel and Damien?
Well...
What?
As you saw, Damien and I have been in Champion Hearts for a long time now. I'm so sorry I never mentioned it before.
She's right. We just haven't competed against any other teams before. So combat-wise, we're at the same level as the rest of you.
Then why join at all?
Protection.
You mean for your protection, you selfish little vampire? Taking advantage of Ciel's good nature for your own sake, you make me sick!
I'm a Dampier!
What's a Dampier?
A Dampier is somebody who is half vampire and half human.
Is that allowed?
Apparently.
Pascal, thank you. Damien and I will help out your cause in any way we can. Just let us know what we need to do, and we'll do it.
That's all I ask. Your team is love, Cyril's team is metal, Zandra's team is leaf, Finula's team is wind, Lucia's team is water, and my team is fire. Since there are 13 different elemental teams total in Champion Hearts, we were incredibly fortunate to each end up with a different type. That being said, we should definitely use our diversity to our advantage. Because if we can all work together properly, we can absolutely become utterly unstoppable.
I just can't believe they're all stupid enough to team up with a bunch of vampires. And a Dampier, 'cause why not?
You need to relax. Everything's gonna be fine. Trust me.
But I hate you.
Oh, I know.
Why are vampires so clingy?
Why are humans so luscious?
Now that we've all formed contracts engaging us into champion hearts, I say that we should all meet up at Alastair's house tonight for supper, so that we can all plan out how we're going to take on the Overlord.
What?
I'd love to.
Oh, of course you would. I'm gonna have to tell my older brother Simon, the greatest vampire slayer in all of Belmont, to prepare quite the delicious feast for all our new vampire guests. Give me a break, he's actually gonna kill all of you.
Not necessarily. Don't you remember what Seal said earlier? We're all protected via the contracts we made with all of you. You'll never know that we're vampires.
How?
Because as long as a vampire forms a contract with a human, that vampire appears human to other humans.
Really?
Yeah.
So those wings look like a tail to everybody else?
Correct.
Do not speak of me when I am standing right here.
You're not the only one of wings, Cyril.
You should really ditch those petty wings already, Zandra.
I guess it's supper at the Jaegers. Ah, jeez.